God.
No. I don't know if I like them. Hey Fly friends, today I'm going to be trying out the perfect eyebrow routine. I saw a video recently by Nikita on TikTok about how she likes to do her brows with pomade. I've never used a pomade for my eyebrows. It intimidates me quite a bit, and honestly it takes me a long time even with a pencil to get my brows to where they look somewhat related, like maybe cousins, not sisters, definitely never twins. But I was inspired by her tutorial and I bought a bunch of stuff to try. I purchased the Anastasia hydrating oil. It'll make sense later. The Dip Brow pomade in Auburn. A eyebrow pencil brush to get super duper sharp lines, and the Makeup Forever Aqua Seal. I'm going to be watching her tutorial over here on my phone as I do it, or at least refreshing my memory, because there's a lot. She has a lot of information, and actually the first step is to use some alcohol to clean off your eyebrows to make sure there's no skincare products or anything in them. And honestly, I think that's so smart, especially since I have psoriasis, and when I'm flaring, I have an issue with like my skin flaking off, because I do get it like all the way down my forehead and in my eyebrows. Thankfully right now it's very calmed down and I don't have that issue, but I would even take it a step further if you have face psoriasis to very, very gently exfoliate your eyebrows the day before. I wouldn't say the day of, just because it could be very irritating and raw and you don't want to put makeup on any open wounds or anything like that. So today I'm just going to be using this alcohol prep pad. I am shiny. Let me wipe that off. We're going to pretend that's glass skin and not like oil. Okay. So basically what we're going to do again is to prep the eyebrows with the alcohol and then use this pomade, and you use it like in the lid and make the brush like super duper sharp. Okay. I'm going to watch the tutorial again just to make sure I'm following all of her steps. I am in no way a makeup expert, so I love being able to follow people on social media who know what the heck they're doing and also come out with like really easy to understand and follow tutorials. Oh, what was in there? I don't know. I did work out this morning, so maybe it's a little sweaty. Who knows? But we're getting all the oils out of there to prep the brows. All right, let's watch.
I get asked all the time how I do my brows when I do it this one way. Welcome to my high definition brow routine. You're welcome. First and foremost, we're gonna take our alcohol. Take your alcohol and you're going to just rub very gently all of the skincare off of your brow hairs. Allow me to introduce you to gorgeous Dip Brow pomade. All you're going to need is Dip Brow pomade, a cap, and a gorgeous angle brush. Bonus points if you want bulletproof long wear, not going anywhere brows. You could also use Aqua Seal. And then at the end, you're going to need some form of beauty oil. This is very important, okay? But we'll get to her. And this is the Anastasia brow routine. Brush your brows up. Now to the star of the show, Dip Brow pomade. Okay, next. Do you see this cap? She is covered, my love, and that is for a reason, because this is a very important part of this process. Basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to get product all over the brush, and then we're going to use this cap to get product off of both sides. When we run the brush against the cap, this is going to be doing a couple of things. This is going to be getting rid of excess product while also creating a razor sharp blade for us to microblade with. And then when we need to reload our brush, we can just work off the cap as well. Ready? Here we go. I am dunking this product. Yes, get it covered, honey. Cover that brush. Get all the way in there. Again, look how much I use. Do you see how gunked that is with product? I obsess. I want more of it. Okay, let's get in there. And I just keep going until I am content with the razor blade I have created. Okay, gorgeous. Now I'm gonna use the spoolie to brush my brows up, and then I just place the hairs like little razor blade brush strokes through the brows. I only do like 2 or 3 hairs at a time, and then I'm gonna reload. And I'm only filling in where I have sparseness, okay? For some people that means you're doing the whole brow, but that is really sort of like up to you, okay? And throughout this process, I am gonna follow the natural pattern of my hair. Okay, so the strokes along the lower part of my brow are going to be going up and the strokes along the top of my brow are
It looks
usually
so
going to be
much
going
better, but that's
down.
okay. This is my first
This is
time.
going to mimic your natural brow pattern so that everything looks gorgeous. High definition even. If you actually do need more dip brow, that's fine. Just make sure that you're working off your cap first, okay? Oh, I don't like that hair stroke. I don't like that. I want the most pigmented strokes to be in my most sparse areas. I take whatever is left on the brush and I'll just sort of feather that very lightly through the rest of the brow. Sometimes a liquid like Aquaseal, just a drop, can be really helpful if you're having a hard time getting really crisp strokes. This will hydrate the product on the brush to where you feel like you can get a little bit more of a crisp application. However, it can sort of, as you can see, make it a little creamy.
No, I made it way too wet. Okay. Oh no! Reverse, reverse. Okay, noted. I went way too wet with the Aquaseal. I think I've watched enough to proceed on my own. But yeah, I put some Aquaseal in there and it got like way too wet. So let me try this again. Load up my brush. Okay, that's better. Back in the cap. I'm gonna test it. Okay, much better. Is it though? I mean, there's definitely more eyebrow here than there is over here, but I feel like I just keep going back to like filling the eyebrow in, just because that's what I'm so used to, is just like having like solid color there. So I don't feel like I'm doing a very good job here. It could also be because I'm going over my hair. And it's messing with the brush. Maybe I don't understand the anatomy of an eyebrow very well. Those were good, sharp strokes. I think another issue is that my head hair is brighter than my eyebrow hair, and I chose the pomade to match my head hair, but my eyebrow hair doesn't match. So maybe I should get my eyebrows shaped first, and then, I don't know, does it look okay? It's definitely an eyebrow, I tell you what. Usually what the problem is with this one is it's not high enough. I need to learn how the strokes are supposed to go. Gosh, I feel like this is much darker than I usually go. All right, let's just move on to the other side. It is what it is. I try not to worry too much about perfection and just do good enough. Because otherwise I'm going to be here for like an hour doing my eyebrows. Something's going on where I'm putting the brush down and making it, I must be like losing the razor edge, and it like, yeah, I'm doing something wrong. Ooh, this is much more difficult than using a pencil, at least on this side. Maybe I'm loading it up too much because it just feels like it's gunky. These seem so dark. Okay, that's what I've got. They just look too dark to me. No, I don't know. Maybe I just need more practice? What if it's too dark? Maybe I just need a different formula? I feel like this one needs to be a little higher right there. Well, you definitely can see individual strokes in some places. I don't know if I like them. I think it's just too dark. So I did buy the Anastasia hydrating oil just to make sure I had the right product, and Nikita said 1 drop, swish it around, and then you store it upside down. So that is what we will do. I don't know if that's enough to get all over. Should I do 1 more drop? Let me do 1 more drop. No, she said 1 drop. I'm just gonna put the cap on and shake it, and I'll store it like this. Okay, so these are the brows. I feel like they're a little bit dark for me, but I do love the look. I pretty much like all of the shape. Nikita did mention you could put some lighter eyeshadow in there to give it dimension and soften the harsh lines. I don't want to put any more product in there just because it is so dark already. I think I need a lighter color pomade. I don't know if there's one that would match this color that I'm going for. Overall, I think it's a really cool technique. I enjoyed it. If the color was, I mean, maybe it's just because I'm not used to like my brows being so intense. I don't know. You'll have to let me know what you think. Yeah, is there a lighter color pomade? Should I do that? Do they look good? Help a girl out. I'm so confused. I don't know. Maybe I'll need to do some more research. But overall, I think this technique might be worth trying. So, yeah.
A few moments later.
All right, I've gained some clarity. I had some lunch. I'm feeling a little better. Oh, is my brow been there the whole time? Oh, well. Yeah, these are too dark. I don't know what the solution is for using a pomade going forward, but yeah, it's too dark for me. This would work, I think, for my regular hair color, like my natural hair color, but for the color that I have dyed it, it's not working for me. So I'm gonna go back to my current method. So I'm just gonna remove it with this by eye makeup remover from Lancome and a makeup eraser, and just remove this and start over. Huge difference between the two. All right, there we are, back to naked eyebrows. Okay, now let me do my eyebrows the way I usually do them. There's a few different products I oscillate between. I like the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Auburn. I also like this like Eye Method brow pen, but for today, since I'm so traumatized, I'm gonna go back to my safe space and use the ultra fine pencil in Universal Red from Finally Have Brows. Well, from How to Be a Redhead, and it's called Finally Have Brows. And then they also have a eyebrow gel. So this is what I'll be using for my brows today. I wish they had different shades, but they only have just Universal Red. I mean, I get like it's still like a little bit taupey brown for me, but I get that it's easier to just have the one color. They're a smaller company, but I think the color works much better than the pomade that I just tried. It's not as easy to see the individual strokes, so it really is just like kind of filling it in like a background, and then when I use the brow gel, that just coats the hairs that I already have. I'm bummed. I was really excited about that technique. I think it's also just because it is like a pomade that you're loading up on a brush, it is gonna just kind of come out like really dense. So there we go. That's kind of what we're working with. I think that's so much better. That makes so much more sense to me. The Anastasia Auburn Brow Wiz is a little darker than this, and I don't mind. Like, I could even do both of them. So maybe I'll do the Brow Wiz with this as well, just to add some dimension. It's not necessary, but okay. Try not to obsess too much. Okay, now I'll do the Brow Wiz. See if we can get a little more dimension in there. It's subtle, but it does add a nice richness. Yeah, if anything, I think this has proven to me that the technique that I use makes me feel a lot better. I'm much more suited to using pencil. I think I have a much better control over the color and the heaviness of the brows. I think this looks better. Now I'm going to top it off the gel. It's not like necessary, but I think it adds a little more structure. Because this is lighter than my actual brow hairs, I think it blends the actual hairs in with the pencil a bit better. And there we go. Those are my brows. So those are the brows. These are the brows I know how to put together. They may not be sisters, but they're at least kissing cousins. They're close enough. Okay, let me do the rest of my face. Okay, here's the final look with the brows. I won't be using the pomade that I got. I don't know what to do with that unless I go really dark with my head hair. So I'm gonna stick with the system that I have set up for now, but I've learned that my current way of doing brows is preferable, and maybe I won't question it so much going forward. Yeah, I think that method would be great for people with darker brows, with thicker brows. I think I just like the convenience of the pencils, and that's where I'm able to find the lighter colors to match my hair. Anyway, thanks for joining. Let me know if there's another kind of makeup technique or maybe some kind of like trending makeup that I should try next time. This was fun, even though it was a fail. I was able to recover and do a full face and record some stuff today anyway. So I'll see you next time. Okay, thanks. Bye.